Education is the bedrock of any meaningful society. No doubt, education has been integral in preparing the society towards contributing their quota to the building of more organized and productive nation. Reviving and repositioning the education sector that suffered serious setback as a result of the activities of insurgent is one of the key components of the Governor Zulum's 25-year development plan and 10-year strategic policy. Since he assumed office as Executive Governor of Borno State in May 2019, the governor takes multidimensional approaches and strategies to bring back the lost glory of education in the state. Providing access to qualitative and affordable education at tertiary level is one area where present administration paid utmost priorities. Regular payment of tangible scholarship allowance to students by Borno State government is to alleviating the burden cost of students at higher institutions of learning within and outside the state, with a view to provide access to education as investment on upcoming generations that will lead to empowerment and employment. Considering the high cost of living and massive increase in school registration fees, especially at tertiary level, Governor Zulum, upon assumption of office in 2019, directed the upward review of all category of scholarship allowance in the state. Dr. Bala Isa is the Executive Secretary of Borno State Scholarship Board, testified that more than 72,000 Borno indigents who secured admission and applied for the scholarship have benefited the review of the scholarship.
The coming of Professor Babagana Umar Zulum as the Executive Governor of Borno State in May 2019 is a blessing to Borno State students, likewise the parents of the students, because one, immediately he assumed office, he gave directive for the review of the scholarship amount given to students in all the tertiary institutions across the country. So the board reviewed the amount because those who are for diploma, I think before his coming are receiving 5,000, it was reviewed to 15,000. NCE 7,000, it was reviewed to 20,000. HND, I think 7,000, it was also reviewed to 25,000. Those for undergraduate courses are receiving 20,000. Physical sciences, social and management sciences, arts, and what of you were given were reviewed to 30,000 naira. And those in engineering, paramedicals, agricultural science, law students, those students with 5 years of undergraduate study were reviewed to 50,000 naira. And masters, it was reviewed from 50,000 to 100,000 naira for those doing their masters in science courses, and 50,000 to 75,000 naira for those that are doing their courses in art and other related subjects so far. So that was the first thing he do before the commencement of the payment of the scholarship. So actually from 2019 to date, Borno State government have sponsored about almost 72,000 students.
To ensure smooth running of scholarship program, the Executive Secretary Bala Isa takes holistic measures to sanitize the process and procedures of application, enrollment, as well as payment of scholarship by the board.
Actually, when I came here, there are a lot of problems of students having issues with registration on the portal of the Borno State Scholarship Board. And the first reform I did was because formally student has to go and do remitter, and then after the remitter they were brought online, and then we screen them and prepare them for the scholarship payment. So I discovered that a lot of students have problem with the online registration process. Sometimes you will find a situation whereby a student will go to cafe to register, and unfortunately sometimes it is either from the fault of the student or those people that are registering him in the cafe. You find a student from Ramat Polytechnic bearing ID number of student from University of Maiduguri. Or you find a student from University of Maiduguri bearing ID number of someone in Borno State University, or someone in Borno State University bearing ID number of a student in Ramat Polytechnic. So the mix-up is much. So I now decided to, I have to ensure that there is a unified registration portal where a student can come in, apply online, be able to fill in the form himself, even using his phone set. So that was the reason why we have to involve InterSwitch as one of our payment registration gateway. So they now decided that they will provide all these services to us where students can even use their phone set to register without going to cafe. Because what we discover is that when they go to cafe, because those people at the cafe are after money. So the only thing they do is that if they register a single student, they went on updating his portal, his page for the other student, remove his name, put the other. So in the course of that update, maybe at times they forget to remove his ID number and jump the state and continue with the registration of the other candidate. So at the end of the day, you see that a student is having parallel information compared to what is expected of him from the institution he belongs to. So I have been able to address this issue, and actually the number of casualties we have due to wrong registration have reduced drastically. That is one. Secondly, is with the payment. Even though I made the online payment, but I was not satisfied with the process. So I have to redesign a payment way for the students where when we pay, the bank can bring back the payment scheduled for us. Successful transactions, where you will have the successful transaction, failed bank transactions. Students that have been paid successfully, they sort them out for us. Those that have problem with their account number or account name or whatever, they will sort them differently for us, bring it to us, we place it on the board, the student will come. Those that were paid successfully, it's okay. Those that have problem, we check their name. If you have problem, you come to us, we look at what is your problem. Is it your bank number, account number, or your bank name differs from the name we have with us as a student? Then we have to look for a way to correct it, and then we effect the correction and repay the student back again. So this is another development. And thirdly, I centralize the scholarship processing process because I involve a lot of my staffs handling different sectors of the scholarship preparation. So those that will handle institutions that are outside Maiduguri are different. Those handling institutions within Maiduguri are different. And those handling other institutions which are within Borno State but not in Maiduguri and other local governments are different. So that has made our work to be more easier and simplified.
Establishment of the Borno State University, discovering of oil in the Lake Chad region, and recent commencement of the oil exploration signals huge opportunity for the people of the state. But experts in different scientific fields are required for Borno indigents to harness such golden opportunities. It is for this reason that the Borno State government introduced special scholarship to sponsor Borno State indigents for some selected scientific fields to utilize the said opportunity to take Borno to the promised land.
This is actually a scholarship which was designed by His Excellency himself because he knows that there are certain fields of specializations which are very essential to us as a state, in which we do not have specialists in those areas. So the target is for the Borno State government to prepare Borno State indigenes for those special fields of or maybe proficiency. So, and that was the reason why it was designed to reach science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. When you look at the generally Northeast, actually, as now, oil has been discovered in Gombe State, the exploration has finished, and even substantial amount of oil has been found there. And the drilling process is here in Borno around Jere area. So with this, our current insecurity situations and what have you, we have seen where Borno State civil servants who are not indigenous of Borno State leave the service of the Borno State government at the mix of the insurgency period. And that is the reason why we have shortfalls in staffs, in the education, in health sector, and what have you. So we are preparing, His Excellency is preparing ahead of that. So that by the time this exploration has completed, we have enough Borno State indigenes that can key in to work with these oil industries and what have you. That is one. And secondly, he is also looking at the Borno State tertiary institutions, more especially the Borno State University, where we still need a lot of manpower because this university is just coming up. Some programs are just coming up. There are no specialists to handle those programs. So that was the reason why he now designed the special scholarship for Borno State indigenes, that is postgraduate scholarship for Borno State indigenes in the area of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And then we now advertise the scholarship to Borno State indigenes, I think in around August 2023. And so far, we have about 308 candidates who have secured admission and have applied on our portal. We have now shortlisted them, and maybe even by next week, we have already given information, past information, inviting them for screening, which we are expected to begin by next week. So we screen them, and then the government is ready to sponsor them.
Some international students sponsored by Borno State government poured encomium on Governor Babagana Umara Zulum-led administration for shouldering the expenses of their studies abroad and promised to reciprocate the gesture by making Borno proud and promised to come back and diligently serve their people after completing their studies.
My name is Fatima Muhammad Mustafa. Embarking on our academic journey, we found ourselves equipped with the necessary resources and facility to excel. From a well-stocked libraries to state-of-the-art laboratories, our school meet the highest standards, ensuring a conducive learning environment. We are grateful for unwavering support of the government, which has been instrumental in our education pursuit. The scholarship provided not only cover our tuition fees and accommodations, but also offer financial assistance and other living expenses. As we progress through our studies, we are inspired by the doctor's ambitious vision for our state, particularly in the healthcare sectors. By investing in high-quality education for aspiring doctors and healthcare professionals, the government aims to elevate the standards of healthcare delivery, ensuring access for quality medical service, and will make sure by the grace of Almighty Allah that the effort does not go in vain.
Mahmoud Gana is my name, a recipient of Borno State Scholarship awarded by the state government in this administration of His Excellency Professor Babagana Umara Zulum to study medicine at Suez University here in Egypt. With immense gratitude and honor, I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to the state government and the executive governor of Borno State, His Excellency Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, for his generous support, privilege, and confidence in me and my colleagues, as this was the part of the governor's aim in restructuring the healthcare sector of the states. I would like to retrieve our zealous commitment and dedication toward paying back to our dear states in our various communities, inshallah.
To improve healthcare delivery services to scale down the rate of maternal mortality at rural areas, the Borno State government, through Scholarship Board, sponsored more than 900 Borno indigenes into College of Nursing Sciences Mejikeri to increase the number of skilled manpower at rural areas.
The portion of these successful candidates are those who directly applied for admission and purchased forms on their own aligning with our commitment to extend opportunities to all individuals of the state. We have included them amongst the beneficiaries through a dual process of grassroots nominations and direct applications. We ensure that deserving candidates from all corners of Borno State have equal opportunities to pursue nursing education. The government has allocated a total of 1,305,189,000 naira for scholarships, with a breakdown of 124,149,000 naira earmarked for tuition fees. The remaining 1,181,004,000 naira will be disbursed as monthly stipend of 30,000 naira to each beneficiary throughout the duration of their studies, inshallah.
The executive secretary added that after payment of their registration, each student will receive 30,000 naira monthly allowance up to the end of their studies.
Immediately after the 2023 election, he promised to sponsor Borno State indigenes from the 27 local government of the state for a special nursing program, with the intention that at the end of the program he is going to employ all those who have passed through that process successfully. So we were asked to screen candidates from each of the local government, of which we come up with 40 candidates. 40 candidates from each of the local government. We submitted the report for him. He invited the honorable members House of Assembly of each of the local government with their respective chairmen, and then he handed over the list of those 40 candidates to them to cross-check and submit their tentative indices. So they submitted. He paid for their admission form. He paid for their entrance examination, and then after that, I think about 997 candidates were admitted into the College of Nursing Science, Maiduguri, and then we have about 94 admitted at the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital School of Nursing. So he has paid their registration fees, and currently we are even preparing to start paying their monthly allowances, which I hope before the end of this week the payment will resume. The allowance is 30,000 naira monthly.
Some benefiting students expressed gratitude to Allah for making the list and appreciated Borno State government for the gesture.
On behalf of all the students of College of Nursing Science, Maiduguri, we thank you very much and we appreciate your sponsorship to our school. May the Lord continue to bless you and protect you.
I'm by name Fadila Ibrahim Kau, a student from College of Nursing Science, Maiduguri. His Excellency Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, we really appreciate for what he has done for us, sponsoring over 1,000 students into College of Nursing Science, Maiduguri. We really appreciate, and inshallah we will make him proud for what he has done for us. Thank you.
Seriously, we are really overwhelmed with the gesture His Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, for giving us the opportunity to be among the beneficiaries of the scholarship. And this scholarship really helped us a lot in terms of finances and some other aspects of the studies. I really thank him and we pray that may God increase him to another greater level.
I felt so happy and I am so glad that I have found a space in this very prestigious school, and I'm just so happy about it. I would like to appreciate His Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, for sponsoring our education in this school. Really, in this financial situation of this country, this is a very big thing, and on behalf of me, my parents, and all the students that benefited from this scholarship, we really say thank you so much. We appreciate your efforts and may God bless you.
The President of National Union of Borno State Students, NUBOS, Comrade Kari Ahmed, expressed satisfaction with prompt payment of scholarship allowance to Borno indigents under Zulum's late administration, adding that, in this harsh economic reality of the country, such allowance is greatly assisting students in the course of their studies.
Borno State's government towards payments of various years of scholarship in this their states is quite a very giant stride that has been recorded by the late administration of Professor Babagana Umara's administration, which comes with a lot of benefits for the students, of which a lot of scholarships have been allocated to students cutting across the entire indigenous Borno State students, where previously coming to office that we are in the last previous administration, 2019, he has remodeled our higher institutions, and he also rehabilitated the higher institutions and also recruited qualified teachers, alongside disbursed almost more than billions of scholarships to our Borno State students, where he has disbursed over 1,456,000,000 naira, 560,000 for our students. That's in the previous years, where he also disbursed scholarships which is almost 611 million scholarships as a local scholarships to indigenous students of Borno State. So I think in a rough and in a nutshell, I think more than 60,000 students have benefited with the scholarships of Borno State.
The Executive Secretary of the Borno State Scholarship Board, Bala Isa, President National Union of Borno State Students, Comrade Kari Ahmad, and other benefiting students describe Governor Babagana Umara as a visionary leader who has his people at heart, adding that Governor Zulum is a great leader, simple and easygoing politician who always looking forward to put smiles on the faces of the downtrodden.
I think Professor Babagana Umara Zulum leadership quality is so special and very unique. Because let me start by my appointment. This is someone whom I didn't even know. He didn't know me personally. I was just recommended. And he agreed with the recommendation of those who recommend him to me. The only thing he said he wanted to see me because he didn't know me. And we met. He told me that people have been saying a lot of good things about you. That is the reason why I'm preparing you for this appointment. I want you to manage the Borno State Scholarship Portfolio. You will be very surprised to hear that sometimes when he goes through, because that is what made me to even be surprised, that he goes through social media to look at what people are commenting on. Because sometimes if there is a comment on scholarship, either a student complain of not getting a scholarship or whatever, you will see he will respond immediately. Either he will pass the message to the Honorable Commissioner, the Honorable Commissioner will pass it to me that please check this, what is wrong. His Excellency has spotted this online. So I will cross-check to see. If there is a problem, we now identify the problem and then I report back to him. So he is monitoring every activity, hand to hand. Hand to hand, every activity of the board. So this is part of how he works. So actually, working with him is excellent. Yeah, I appreciate his effort. I appreciate his concern for students, more especially for students. And I appreciate his cause towards the development of Borno State citizens educationally.
As part and person of the beneficiaries of Governor Zulum's scholarships, series of scholarships, I can say we can model him as a champion of education. As coming to office, his administration have created a greater impact to our Borno State students, where right now most of our students that are out of school have embarked to their journey on education, because most of them have lost hope in continuing their education, that's the tertiary education, because most of them have become so reluctant that they have been facing these economic challenges of the fuel subsidy removal that most of our students have been facing. But with the coming of the initiatives and innovations of Borno State government led by the administration of their student-friendly governor, Professor Engineer Zulum's led administration, indeed it has given hope, and it has given hope to our dear Borno State students, and we are so much proud of him.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our father, a man of integrity, probity, rectitude, and noble mind, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, for his steadfast support and belief in our potential. We are committed for serving our state with dedication and compassion, and I would like to express my gratitude to the Honorable Commissioner of Education, Engineer Lawan Abbo Wakilbe, Executive Secretary of Borno State Scholarship Board, Malam Bala Isa, for staying by our side and helping us throughout.
I'm Gulteba, Governor of Askarigena, Ausho Gulteba, Next Scholarship for Egypt Sudana, Medicine Karaturo, Inshallah, Putu Andia Suna Kaidi and Isha Longura, Ikema Ala Sinama, Lewa Silelan Tomania Ishan, Ausho Gulteba, Askarigena,
Zulum, لأنني كنت مبسوطة لأجل مجيئي إلى الطائبة وأني هأكون طبيبة. أنا ما كنت أظن في حياتي أني هأكون طبيبة أم حاجة زايدة، لأنني أحب أن أساعد الفقراء وكمان أساعد أسرتي وأساعد محافظتي كلها.
Say Alhamdulillah, we really appreciate his efforts towards us. He contributed to us financially. He paid all our bills for registration and other school payments, including the hostel he paid for us. So we are really appreciative. May God bless him.
His Excellency have tried so much well for giving scholarship to Borno State students, nursing and midwifery students and other medical students who are studying internationally, and both students that are studying within Borno State and outside the states. Since he assumed office, he has been paying scholarship to Borno State students every year. As I'm speaking right now, I am one of the beneficiaries of the Borno State Scholarship for about 4 years. So we really appreciate His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, and we are still pleading to His Excellency to kindly continue with such gesture.